But y'all, this is our moving camera. This one moves around. Okay. But the people gonna see you up this way. Something off though. I just can't figure out what it is. All right, ready? Just live. Okay. Welcome.
How's everybody? We're looking forward to another amazing show tonight involving you.
Yeah, so I'm Weathers.
And I'm Fran.
And we are being
organic.
Yay.
I see you guys coming into the room. Hello. How was your work day? Hope everybody had a good work week, whether you're working from a building, a job, off-site, on-site, at home, whatever it is. How's your work week? Come on into the room. Hey, Rhonda. Hello. Thanks for joining us tonight. It was great and yours. Mine wasn't bad. How was your work week?
It was okay.
Okay. Mine wasn't bad. It can always be better. You know, I guess our work weeks could always be better, but we're glad to hear have your responses tonight. Like always, is a interactive podcast.
Yes.
We have a great lineup, and we want your comments. Definitely want your comments. So please get ready for at least 40 minutes, 45 minutes.
This one's supposed to go over. Before we get started, though, guys, we're going to go ahead and give a shout out to my mother. Happy birthday. Oh. And we are going to do the happy birthday song really quickly. I really don't need all that much help, but if you guys want to join in, you already know we're not doing that original one. We're doing the I want to be on beat with you. I like your little, I like that. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Throw your hands in the air.
We do get happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mama. We're going to drop this one for Baltimore. If it's your birthday, make some noise. If it's your birthday, make some noise. Happy birthday. All right.
Happy birthday.
Yay.
Mamas are important. Got to give them a shout out.
So thank you guys. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes.
Hey, Olivia, thanks for coming up in the room. I hope you guys have some comments, some suggestions. We have a great lineup, and we want you guys to participate. So definitely come into the room.
Yes, we want your honest opinion. You can give it to us straight from the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
Okay.
No chaser. Say what you gotta say.
Ooh,
Let your voice
rub
be
me
heard.
down. Let me get a little nugget.
Oh my Lord. We are rubbing down tonight with oatmeal.
Okay, milk and honey.
Okay, if you haven't tried it, lotion up. This is definitely the time of the year to be moisturized.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? So we definitely have plenty of that going around.
Yes, guys. So
Okay.
we're I think we're in a good space to go ahead and hop right into it. We're gonna be starting as always with our feel good topics, and our first topic tonight is gonna be authenticity in 2023. Is it a lost art? Does it matter now?
Tell me about that.
Yes.
What do you know about authenticity?
Yeah, so with so much things happening, and we get to see so many things at one time. A lot of the times I feel like when I'm strolling through or when I'm at different places, I am just not seeing enough of individuality amongst people. Sometimes when you're in the mall, the styles all seem the same. The hairstyles are all the same. So the question is, does it matter being your authentic self, or is it easier now to like fit in the crowd? Where is that lack of individuality coming from or stemming from?
Fear. Fear.
Mm.
People are just fearful that their authentic self is not enough.
It's not enough.
So
That's
they'd rather duplicate someone that has popularity, that's in the limelight, a celebrity or whatever, because they cannot own themselves. Self-love is extremely important.
Very much so.
You will never have peace without it. So yeah, I would say fear.
Yeah, I was looking, it came up to me because I feel like we have been doing a lot of self-care topics and a lot of, mental health topics. And then I just find that some of the things that we are continuously in debate over on the internet is just like, I feel like it's just because y'all are all trying to be that same one thing, when someone is an individual, it's frowned upon. Like people who are them true self normally have a harder time, out dealing with the, rest of society.
Well, I mean, you look at one of the biggest mediums that we have now for communication is social media. And I think we had a discussion about it, the pros and cons of it.
Yeah.
It does bring us together, but it really eliminates it does recognize individuality.
It does.
And authenticity.
It very much so.
But it does recognize a lot of copycat, duplicates, wannabes, fakers. I mean, all of
those things are linked in together. Because I will say that is one thing that I try to I might follow a random page, but it's because sometimes it speaks to like something that I am into. So I do, give social media credit for that, because it kind of does link, those like-minded people together. But in that same instance, you see that, it's a rare occasion when you see it. And a lot of the times when people are an authentic type of person, or if they got authentic,
intentions,
content, like if their content gets taken sometimes, like you'll see somebody like without even giving them like a repost or like without even sharing that you got from somewhere else, so when you are individual too, then it's like you also got to kind of patent your particular thing.
Well, I think the biggest Rhonda has a comment. Let's see, Rhonda. Yes, plus it allows you access to things you would never see. Yeah, it really does. There are, and I think with everything, there are bonuses and minuses. So, Rhonda, you're correct. That's definitely one of the bonuses of social media.
Yeah.
I think the disadvantages is the copycats, the fake.
Well, and it's even
negative,
with the
negativity.
How do I say? Even with that body shaming that is occurring now, that's a product of that people not being authentic. Now on the internet, there's this almost 1 hourglass shape that you're seeing on women, on some of the most popular women, like on your social media. They all got this very much
Oh, you mean
similar
with
shapes.
taking the rib out and all
Taking
of that?
all those things. So now you're seeing this one prototype, that a woman is supposed to kind of be, and then people who are outside of that are having to kind of shift and deal with that.
Yeah.
Yes, Rhonda.
Yeah, come through, Rhonda. We appreciate the comments. And yes, Hourglass has been around, if I'm understanding you right, has been around since the beginning of time. And I think before they didn't have the mechanism. So but they did the girdles. Remember the girdle,
put
the
a
garter belt,
cinching that waist.
Cinching the waist, right. So now, fast forward to modern times, and they're actually having surgeries.
Yeah, I'm about to say but there was a time where you didn't feel the need to go and get a surgery to be a part of that crew. Like growing up, even if you were thinner or if you were fuller, you didn't feel that. Maybe it's because you couldn't do it, but I didn't know the pressure to go and be this size. You know what I mean?
I just think it all comes full circle. I can imagine that there was a discussion at that time that people was like, oh, she's cinching her waist, she trying to be an hourglass, and then now, oh, she having a surgery, she trying to be the hourglass. I think, like Rhonda's saying, to your point, it has always been around, and we are our mother's child, and they probably had the same discussion. People are just going to always copy. People are just always going to copy, and I don't. What you saying? I don't think that is true. I feel you didn't have the option, or you couldn't afford it.
That could have been.
Before? Are you saying before?
Yeah, like everyone back in the day, people did go get like their boobs done, but everyone couldn't afford, or I feel like didn't neither know or didn't go and do that BBL surgery. I have to admit, I'm growing up in the 90s, so that's what I'm speaking on. I don't know that before the 90s, people were getting like BBL type surgery.
Well, it's always been. Well, what does BBL stand for?
Brazilian butt lift.
Oh, okay. So no, I think every generation has a fad. Every generation has a fad, and some it's like now. Some can afford it, some can't. But you have, to me, and it may be because I'm living in this reality. Yeah. It just seems like it's more accessible. People are getting on planes, going to Dominican Republic and getting it,
And it's very unhealthy for a lot of people unless you're going about it the fully the right way. There are a lot of horror stories on it.
That's true, but the shapewear is also unhealthy too, because it puts pressure on your organs.
That's what they say.
So I think that it's be yourself, love yourself. And if you do not, if you're not happy with yourself, is what I should say. If you're not happy with yourself, oh my God, there's so many things that you could do to kind of curtail that.
Yeah, and a little self-reflection will help, because that's what I think sometimes when people have those moments of overwhelming depression and anxiety about being outside and dealing with others. I think, sometimes we have to kind of, I don't know if we're bracing ourselves for life as much as we used to back in the day. Like back in the day, I think everybody thought, you know what, when I go outside, everybody's not going to like what's happening with me. Everybody might not be, friend or foe, but I'm going to go out and I'm going to be me. I'm going to do me.
I've never had that thought. I've never had that thought. I was just like, always go outside, get it in. Go outside and get it in before it's time to go out. Before it's time to go home.
In school, high school,
high school, I hated school. I cut class tremendously. I hated it. I was bored out of it. Was just so unfulfilling. I hated school, but I graduated from the Dean's honor roll.
Yeah. So how do we think? What do we think about authenticity? Is it something that we're not? How do we bring it back? Is it a lost art? Are people being their authentic selves?
Electronic courage.
Okay.
I like that. Okay. I like that term, electronic courage. How would you define that? Electronic
internet courage. Toughness.
I feel the pressure comes more from electronic courage. I like that title, Rhonda. Electronic courage. I'm going to pin that. Well, write it. I don't know.
Yeah, write it down.
Electronic. The pressure comes. Courage to do what? To overcome? To dominate?
But to me, if you're being your authentic self, that comes easy.
Yeah, it's a
Being
no-brainer.
an authentic person, you almost can't navigate outside of that. So
Mhm.
it's when you're trying to put on airs or you're trying to be something, that's not you. I feel like that's where that would come from, that feeling of having to please people.
Yeah, I think to pressure you. Yeah, I got it. I got it. And the thing about it, let me just elaborate a little bit. I don't there's a difference between copy and I guess compliment. I
Mm-hmm.
can see something on somebody or something somewhere, and I say, "Oh, you know what? That looks good.
I
That
like how
compliments.
that.
I wouldn't mind having that."
Yep.
I don't know if that's considered a copy or a compliment.
Yes, and I don't feel like that would be because we
Mhm.
are all influenced.
Influence. That's
Yeah,
my word. Yes,
I'm
influence.
influenced
Yes.
by out of how I say by a lot of outside factors, and the
Mhm,
things that really connect with me, I latch on to, and
mhm.
not everybody. How do I say? In my group of friends, I might be the only one, and y'all better not judge me, but I might be the only one that still go out and play Pokemon. At my age, that's frowned upon. At my age, people are like, "Girl, you ain't got nothing else to do." But that's something that I'm into. That's something I do.
That's your business.
It's my business,
That's your business.
but
What Tabitha
everybody.
That's
Well,
your
I'm
business.
saying that's your business,
And that's your business. That's
but
your business.
and I don't feel a pressure to not, be that person because it is just what I like to do when I'm. It's a pastime for
and
me.
I feel that Rhonda is saying authentic. Wait a minute, I'm gonna get it here. Authentic is strong, but it comes from knowledge and courage.
Mhm.
Knowledge and that courage is probably the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I don't have a TV in my home.
Mm-hmm.
And my sister calls and blasts me. My mom calls. You didn't see what happened on the news. I
don't have one either.
I don't have a TV, and I don't want to watch the news.
And I do that sometimes. I'm not that
Mhm.
heavy on it, but I don't keep a TV either. But that's because actually everything that I want a lot of times is right on my phone. All my favorite little things I can actually. People are like, how you gonna watch it on your phone? The convenience and what my phone means to me,
Yeah,
it's all linked in together.
yeah. I just think that I think Rhonda hit it on the nose.
Yeah.
Knowledge and courage, and
Yes.
and it's know thyself, and I think once you have those components, then you are stepping and walking in your authentic self,
Yes.
your authentic being. So very well said. Very well said.
Yes. Shout out to Rhonda.
Shout out to Miss Watson in the house tonight, coming through with the comments.
Yay. So
Okay.
we are going to be moving along, you guys. Again, shout out to Rhonda. Shout out to the rest of you watching. I've seen a couple people coming through our YouTube. Shout out to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to move on to positivity at work and the 8 ways that you can start to do that. How do I say? I feel like we do spend a lot of time talking about positivity in different spaces and places. But that's because that's where we're coming from. We're coming from a place of positivity and a place of, how do I say, elevation. So if we can help, you to elevate and think about things differently when you're somewhere at work, we can do actually a couple from the both of them.
Okay.
So one of the first things that we're gonna kind of discuss, and we have a couple lists that we're reading from on how to be positive at work, is to surround yourself with positive people.
Listen, work and life. Work and life. Get rid of them deadbeats.
Yes. If it doesn't feel good, it is probably not good for you.
And I
this
want to add on to that because they will always say, "Oh, what was the
mumble." Hey y'all, so listen, me and Fran, we got a deal that we gonna stop cutting each other off. I'm gonna stop cutting her
Oh
off.
my God.
She gonna stop cutting me off. If y'all catch us, if we catch us, we gonna be like mumbles.
Mama, yeah, because she just gave me the mug down. She was like,
I need
and
to
I was like, oh, what is the word? What's the word? Mumble.
Yes, mumbles.
What I was saying before, what you were saying before you was rudely interrupted.
I ain't gonna remember, so go ahead.
Well, I was saying positive people. You know what? This is what I came to I came to understand. There are so many different levels of people that the positive people, yes, you want to cut them off, but do they have to be cut off forever? Right? Some people just need a week or 2 weeks or a month or 2 months. But you understand what I'm saying?
What you asking me again?
When it says surround yourself with positive people, right? And I said the negative people have to go, but do they have to go forever? Do they have
Oh,
a place?
that's a good question, Miss Fran, because let me tell you, I think that's something that we need to discuss.
Look, we're trying to say what happens. Look, what happens when you're self-employed and work from home?
You should be super positive. That's where Rhonda, that's the kind of positive I'm trying to be. And if y'all want to help me get there,
oh my God,
click the link in my bio.
Oh my gosh. But you know what? That's real talk, because I've had 2 meetings today and everybody was at home.
Well, I'm trying to be at home, y'all. And as soon as I figure it out, I'm going to do the same thing. Now, I will say the one thing that I try to be at work is positive, only because whether people know it or not, my attitude is a little off. You know, I have not a bad attitude, but I just think I'm too reactive. So how do I say, if I don't put forth and try to be positive, people might call Fran on me all the time, because they be like, Fran, who you got at the stand?
Get her, come get her.
I just had it out with a customer the other day, and if I did not work so
you did
hard,
not have it out. They had a little conversation, just a little discussion.
Miss Fran, I'm not going to tell the story, because then you're going to know what happened. But anyway, respect their purpose and you won't have to cut them off. That's something to be said for that. And I think I
make room for Rhonda. You need to be right here. Come on, get in your car, girl. Where are you? You need to be right here.
I would say towards that, respecting their purpose, I take that also as knowing the people who you are around. So I don't always feel this way, but some people say they have a group of friends for different things. So they might not do everything with one set of person, because this person might not be good there. And I feel like once you know people, there is a way to kind of, how do I say, level how you deal with them. So for certain people personality, I know certain terms or certain mannerisms, you know, suggest a shift in energy, you know, and I can move towards that energy. So yeah, I agree with that, Rhonda.
I think that the people that you have around you are definitely going to be the ones that dictate, have an influence on your day,
on how your energy.
So you want to you either want to check them, get them straight, or get them out of there, even if it's just for a little while. Respect them from where they are at and not where you want them to be.
Yes, she's preaching. Don't push me.
It's
Stop when you make me fall.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, very good, Rhonda. Very good. All right, number 2. Fill your mind with positive input. Affirmations.
So affirmations, self-talk. Your little sticky notes. Have a lot of people have subscribed to certain apps that send you daily positive things, so you can do stuff like that as well.
I think that's always good. If you're not getting it from yourself, who are you going to get it from, right? Okay,
you could pick one.
Encourage transparent communication.
Okay. I second that. Second that. And what that's going to mean for a lot of people, though, is not catching feelings when something isn't what you want to hear. And I think
good luck with that.
Yeah, because if you're going to be transparent, I feel like that means we should be able to really express our feelings. You know, you can't be transparent without being honest, because then that's not transparent. And I think that's where a lot of people have the problem. They find it harder to agree to disagree. And that's something I'm big on.
The Chappelle Show.
What Chappelle say?
You can't say what you can't speak your mind without people just jumping off
and
the
being
handle
offended,
and
feeling away.
Right.
Yeah,
you should be able to say, and the delivery is a big part of it.
Delivery helps.
Delivery is a big part of it. Now, if you come in sideways, that's something different. But you know, I've had a customer actually say something, and this was an audible. This was a written comment. That wasn't really nice, wasn't really favorable. And I called him and I said, hey, what's going on? How can we fix this? And now we are the best of friends.
But and that's something I think in business people should be willing to do a lot more often. A lot of people have a way
delivery. Rhonda says delivery.
Yep, they feel a way when someone says something, anything to them, you know, and or they wouldn't have been receptive to your response. It's just
some people you can't talk to at all.
Yeah.
And then those are the people. If we go back to our first thing, surround yourself with positive people. They are the ones that need to go.
that you can keep away from. you.
They need to go. Okay, let's grab another one. Where are we here? On our list,
We'll do one more from there and one more from here.
Okay. Positive. Set clear goals.
Yes, especially if you're talking about Oh darn, we could have got two from up in there, but
Okay, wait a minute. Let's
well, no,
grab
I
another
like this one though. We can start there. I was gonna say this is good.
on
This
board
is
the
good.
right employees. I mean, that is like a no-brainer.
But it's not. But it's common sense ain't common.
Okay, well,
common
you
sense
share-
ain't common.
Share with the people what happened with a recent interview we had. Share with the people a recent interview we had. You talk about onboard. Wait a minute. Now we are talking about onboarding the right employees.
Mhm.
Onboarding the right employees. Share with the people. Share with the people.
What happened? I wasn't at the interview.
The recent on Shadow.
Oh,
Did you like she told you? We don't have to give the name.
I don't remember.
Okay, so we recently interviewed, okay, and the interviewee had a hungover.
Oh, see, I wouldn't even
And
thought.
really-
I would have thought about that again.
And said, I said, we need to talk about your recent interview. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, but I had a hangover. Excuse me. Would that be the right person to hire, guys? Please
No,
put your comment in the chat box.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, we wouldn't. You wouldn't hire that person, and I think when that positivity at the workplace, when they talk about on board and the right people, I think that is something that how do I say, isn't talked about enough. I feel like a lot of times right now people are not putting that
They were on. Look, Rhonda, because I was just getting ready to say,
and honesty can't.
honesty counts. So now, if you have one person admitting, "Hey, I was hungover," and then you have another person that says, "Hey, my child is sick. Can I come to? Would you mind if I bring my child to the interview?" Okay, because I've had both of those. Right? Which one would you hire? Which one would you hire, Rhonda? You have some person that say, "I'm sorry, I was hungover, but I still wanted to keep the interview." And then you have one person saying, "I don't have daycare for my child. Can I bring my child on the interview?" Which one would you hire? And you have to hire one of them. You have to hire one of them.
And I was going to say, I wanted to know what Rhonda was going to say, because let me tell you, if you sleep on me at the interview because I'm hungover, it's going to be a loss, because I'm going to be lit. Like, you can hire me off the hungover.
See, now I am the opposite, and I'm going to tell you why. I think drunk is indicative of no self-control, no balance,
or
listen, it's a way of life. It's not moderation, okay? Whereas though daycare to me it could be anything. It's the inconvenience, and there's a difference. Inconvenience versus no self-control.
Yeah, but she probably had a little lack of moderation at some point too, though.
Well, no. We talk about the issue at hand.
The issue at hand. She got that baby, and she ain't got no babysitter. Like, I'm sorry, y'all.
She could be low on funds. The reason that she's trying to get a job.
If I held off on that baby,
if I had to decide, I'm going to take the daycare.
Too far. We're gonna go back to this list.
Wait a minute, Rhonda's jumping in. Because the one with the child show they don't reliable. They can.
And she always the baby gonna be there all the time. The baby gonna be selling deodorant. The baby gonna be a spokesmodel.
Listen, she could just be low on funds. That's why she's trying to get a job. Whereas though somebody that was hungover could come to work drunk and be like, what you buying today? Come on. Anyway. That's a challenge. That is a challenge. Okay, we're going to grab one more.
So one of them from our list is going to be, don't rely on an outside source for positivity. And that one I can really relate to. I think that should relate at work, at home, in relationships and friendships. Because if you're looking for someone else to make you, happy, you're gonna find a problem in that regardless. You know, you can't find, you gotta find the positivity and the happiness from an inside place, I think. Anyway.
Well, I think that I think one of the biggest examples we've had recently of positivity is Twitch, or the confusion, or rather the facade of positivity, because clearly the man was dealing with some demons of his own. On the front and the face of it, he seemed to be the luckiest, happiest, healthiest, well balanced individual, but clearly was not. So
and then I guess you for like a Twitch instance, when you're in the limelight, even when it don't feel like they're that much of a, you know, even if you want to equate him to what you might equate Ellen, that's the best way I can put this. You know, still being in the limelight puts you under different pressure. So for a lot of the celebrities, I would say to them, you really got to look for that, you know, that kind of peace inside yourself. And I feel like that's what's probably lacking more than anything, is just, you know, peace in a real way. And a lot of people, you don't even hear talk about peace anymore. People are really trying to survive, and people are trying to do things like that. People are searching for financial gain, but like peace, you don't hear a whole lot of talk about that, you know, except for if you're in a self-care type of, you know, community, or, you know, if you watch and look for things like that. It's a I don't hear that come up as a conversation and topics, not even in relationships. People don't even want peace in relationships.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, because there's a reel, I guess it's a reel or a post or whatever, that's trending from Mike Tyson.
Okay.
And he was saying that when he went to jail, he had more peace, and they was like, oh, well, you lost so much money, this and this, and he said, well, you know what, I had so much peace. And you know, you hear this often with people of status and wealth. You know, they're wealthy, but they're extremely unhappy.
Unhappy.
Rhonda is saying, also, I feel that gives someone too much control of my life.
That's the outside source. In response to don't rely on the outside source of positivity. Kudos to Rhonda for that one. You don't want to do this ever, people. That is probably the biggest thing that is like a pet peeve of mine, is to give another human that much control over your life, where, you know, they can make you go up or down. Yes. No.
I'm just trying to think of, you know, I guess people who are unstable, or who are weak or timid, or
have allowed themselves, you know, sometimes when you don't you know, if you're not assertive with yourself and who you are, and if you kind of let people say and do certain things to you, it nicks away at you. So where you might have had the confidence at one point, if you've let people talk to you and get in your head, eventually there might come a time when you feel like, you know what, maybe there's something to be said for what they're saying to me. And so slowly, if you keep doing it to yourself and don't remove them, they become problematic for your inner thoughts. A lot of people don't, you know, they think you're crazy if you talk to yourself and different things. But sometimes I'm saying, listen to yourself. You think you heard something, like something say on the inside of you, this don't feel right. You might need to be like, okay. What?
Right.
Show me something.
That
you know,
really doesn't
you
feel well.
want to be, you don't want to give another human that much of you.
Yeah,
you know?
I would agree. Okay, we're going to step away for a quick break and come back with a new not feeling it topic.
Yes.
Just a quick 30-second break.
Love retail
Thinking
solution.
about the retail solution. So our next topic, that is Free Me. We encourage everybody to go organic, try natural, and let the benefits work in your life.
Narcissists, yes, that's what they'll. Rhonda,
I told you, Rhonda,
you gonna be invited.
Right.
Do we know her? I'm trying to see her profile pic.
Oh yeah, Rhonda, are you local? Are you local?
Yeah, where you at? We're finding Rhonda from Facebook.
Hilarious. Okay, next topic is
Okay, so for our not feeling it topics, we're moving on to scammers. Scam alert, warning. Why are scammers and scamming in essence being celebrated? Colombia.
Colombia.
Okay.
Oh,
Psych Cardi.
All right.
Psych Cardi. Don't come for me. Don't come for me.
scammers. This is
Yes.
such a big thing. Okay.
So y'all know what, if you don't know what I'm talking about when we talking about scammers, we're talking about all the different things that we're seeing on the internet. We're seeing bank fraud scams. We're seeing Cash App scams. They're talking about EBT card scam. It's just multiple scams. And what I'm noticing is that there is this kind of, and I think it could be sarcasm maybe, but there is this wave that people are like, I want to be where the scammers are, or where can I find a hot, y'all know how it is. Why is that? Why are we in a place where this is, okay? And I agree. I just, how do I say, we just had a customer come through, and how to say, we ended up talking, and then we started talking about work and how to, move up at a job, and he was like, these jobs are scam, and I was like, ooh. People even think that regular work now too is a scam. And I was like, sir, you gotta make money. That was my first reaction was we gotta work. How are we gonna get the money? But there is something to be said about how, maybe some jobs might, move, and when it comes to like different health benefits that people are talking about. But scamming in essence seems to be on the rise. And becoming a form of like acceptable word, y'all. Why y'all think it's okay?
That's what I was about leading into saying, that scammers feel like that's their work. That's their mode of work is to scam, rob, steal, lie, cheat, whatever. That's their job.
With that, I call it a luxury scam. That Fire Festival. Oh, yep. And a lot of electronic scamming is happening, even like that little card reader thing that they're putting over top of the gas stations.
Oh yeah, because I got scammed that way.
And it is also another scam where people don't call in and ask me how I know about these scams. I had to do research to notice. I had to do research to find out this stuff. I had to talk to people and ask questions in Google. Mm-hmm. But even like people are stealing your bank card and it's a whole gas type of scam, y'all. And it's just
when we went back, we'll go back to what we said about the women cinching their waist and our mothers having a conversation. Scams have been going on forever.
Even when they call you, the fact that scam likely is a real thing, y'all, on your phone, like the fact that it's so bad that your phone be like, yo, they scam likely.
Yeah,
it's crazy,
Yeah, I think the biggest scam I had most recently was a man, Caucasian gentleman called me, and he was calling me from a Bank of America number, and he was trying to get me to he was saying that my account was about to be hacked and that I needed to transfer my money because they see it coming. And I said, really, Bank of America? And I hung up on him. He called right back. He said, Miss Ellis, I'm not playing. You're about to be hacked. Transfer your money. I said, really, transfer where? I said, my sister's tied to my account. I can transfer it to her. It won't be safe. I said, really? Okay. I said, well, who am I transfer?
Yes. What's your name? And that got his name too.
He started to give me an out of state number. I said, man, let me try. Call me when I hit my head, and then maybe I can work with you.
Yeah, no, I would have wowed him out. Don't try to play me.
Yeah, it was but I say that to say that the boldness of them, but also he had the Bank of America number. So someone who didn't dig may be like, oh, it's Bank of America calling.
For a while now, if you I see come down my timeline, and I have seen it before, you see it come down. If you want to make $5,000 with such and such, hit me up now. And
What is
it's
it?
like a bank scam where I think it's like that. I don't know how they doing it. Okay. And the other one I was about to mention was the luxury scam. So like that fire festival that supposedly
Oh yeah, with
Ja Rule.
Ja Rule, man.
Okay,
I'm like, that was
I had to put you out there.
horrible. That
And
was
it
horrible.
sounds bad because when you are trying to have, go to those events,
Mhm.
little things like that make you, apprehensive about moving forward and going to do something like that. I think it happened too with like a trip to Africa or somewhere recently had another like scam like that.
Yeah,
So-
I just think that when you talk about the bank scams, I think we're fast approaching having some moolah, some dollar bills in your house.
Put it back in the brown paper
put it
bag in
back
between
in the mattress.
mattress.
Get your house protected, and don't put everything electronically, because what just crashed? Zelle just crashed. Zelle just crashed.
And I think some of that stuff be scamming from the inside
Of
because a
course, they're
crash
testing-
like that.
Yeah, they're testing it. They're
Yeah,
testing
that's
to
one of
see.
those internal thefts that
Yeah.
they be talking about when you
Now,
dealing
rightfully,
with.
everything is FDIC,
Mm-hmm.
but FDIC could say at any time, we ain't got it.
We ain't got it.
We ain't got it.
We
So
ain't got it.
okay, so that was scam. What else do we have as far as scamming? Anything else with scammers we went through?
Well, ain't nobody respond to us. The last thing Rhonda said was true, and she agreed with something that we were saying. So yeah, don't want to talk about the scamming because probably we got some scammers in our audience. If a man built it, man can take it away. Yes, girl, you got to have a little hosting section, and we're gonna give you
from Colombia.
We're gonna give you a couple
we got some
soaps.
noodles,
Come out and hang.
right? We got some noodles here, some hot water.
Come in here, come and get some body scrub, Rhonda.
That is
Yes.
a true for real.
So in essence, because we always try to be a little, we want y'all to be solution oriented and geared. If you're out here scamming, can I tell you that one thing is real?
God gonna get you.
And that's karma, okay? Okay, y'all. And as a quote from my book, karma is a witch with a capital B. So y'all, stop scamming. Stop scamming and scamming.
So I think you had a list there. You had tax
Yeah,
tax
so-
frauds, bank frauds.
Scamming on social media, scamming and tech support, bank fraud, and I coined this term, luxury scams.
Oh God! So
Yes,
just
guys.
be careful, and
Yeah,
I would say,
and protect yourself to the
Protect
non-scammers.
and get a low level card that you use to give out. Don't give out all of your cards. That's what I do. I give out.
Where
I
you
give out
guys
a
at? Pikesville.
Pikesville, Rhonda. We're in Pikesville, Maryland. About a 30 to 40 minute ride from Columbia. And you are welcome there to come up at any time.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna keep it moving, right?
All right, guys. Yes. It might get a little intense, but we are just reporting on things as we see them, as they're happening. And this is the real spill. If you're offended, we do deeply apologize for any feelings that might get hurt tonight.
Oh, advisory warning. Advisory warning. All right.
So, guys, we're moving on to fast justice and who qualifies. So, who's getting this justice, handed to them quickly or, served for them in a respectful manner. So, this stems from a recent incident where quick justice has been served to 5 police officers who were accused of, I don't know if the guy passed away, Tyree, I think his last name is, I forget his last name, but I think his name is Tyree. It's spelled Tyre. And he was beaten badly by 5 police officers who happened to be Black. And I say that just to say because, when it's others and other people are beating and killing our people, the justice is not so fast. The investigate. Yes. Even
Condolences.
Oh wow. So we want to know how do you feel they're determining who deserves to be, prosecuted, fired, who should be getting justice quickly, and different things like that. Feel free to chime in. We got a couple more questions as far as this is concerned too.
Yeah, I just think that unfortunately, we know the answer to this. So much so that it's not a surprise when the justice is administered so quickly to Black and brown skin.
Yes, Rhonda.
And it is I think it's been something that has happened before, and it clearly is happening again, and in magnitude. We're talking about 5 officers, and when you flip that script, we've had similar crimes that have happened at the hands of one officer.
And how do I say? Yes, and how do I say? It's very problematic for me when people want to be like, oh, well, why you got to bring, race into this? Well, for me, sometimes it actually falls on us too. Because as a police officer, I would think in that field, yes, you got to protect yourself. But at what point do you be like, I'm going to show compassion for the people who look like me? Because other races don't have to question that. They just do it. It's because when we see them arrest others for mass murders and shootings and killings, they're apprehended versus murdered.
Well, here's the thing. What's the word? Snoogles? No.
Mumbles,
because I overtalk. Is this going to be an eye opener for them?
For who though? For
Black officers.
That is probably a question that I would like to know too, because we don't want to make this separation. We don't want to have to be like, why would you as a Black officer do that? We want it to be, why would you as an officer do that? We would like it to be inclusive, but it has not been thus far. It seems like which is crazy to me, when y'all side with them and do unto us as they would, you aren't even treated the same way.
Yeah, and two, it's something about police officers have, quote unquote, a brotherhood. They are
and that, yes, Rhonda,
they are trying to uphold one another in their position, and I get all of that. I do recall being in a situation, nothing, serious. But I started off with a white officer, and I asked for the supervisor to be called. The supervisor came, and he was a Black officer, and I positioned myself like, now I'm, which, and he was like, well, my officer is telling you correct, and I'm like, look at you. And then I thought, oh, you know what? Y'all, it's a brotherhood.
Yeah, it's a brotherhood. And there is a lot of truth to that statement. And that falls back to that authenticity thing that we were talking about earlier. Because even in a position like this, it's almost like they are not trying to be, authentic, or it feels like a fear with doing the right thing, against the other police officers.
So we're going to come back on them what the brotherhood is
what they're going to do. And you've seen it, you've seen it show itself in movies, and we try not to think that the movies is really giving us tea, but they really be giving us the tea. They're, a lot of the times they are telling us and showing us what is and may be happening, behind closed doors. And so when we see it in our real reality, it feels differently. And I don't think we as Black people mean to be like, well, why would Black officers do? We do not mean to do that, but I can't fathom where that would feel okay to beat my brother like that.
You know what?
Or sister.
I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Now, at the same token, I do remember having an incident with my neighbor here at the warehouse, and the police was called, and the people kept saying, they asked me to leave, and I said, well, no, this is a public place. I'm not leaving. And they said, we're going to call the police. I said, please do. And so an officer came. He was a Black officer. He was younger. And he did not tell Miss Fran to leave.
Mm-hmm.
He just said, I understand how you feel. He talked to me. We had a conversation. At no time did he say, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what they wanted.
Yeah.
He kind of diffused the matter. I think he just did a fantastic job.
And and that the brother is so real. Read it.
The brotherhood is so real. Don't you think this is why Mosby is going through what she is going through? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, Rhonda.
Absolutely. And the thing that is just so unfortunate, didn't she wave the flag for the brothers?
Wave the flag and
wave the flag for the brothers.
Man, but sometimes y'all, sometimes it's us. Because we gotta have accountability. When we get sometimes our people, we get them into positions where we can see them, we can do all these things. And no matter what they do, it's never good enough. It's never good enough. I mean, and I feel a way about it because it mumbles. It really bothers me that all I'm saying is at the end of the day, when our people aren't maybe doing it the best job that they can do, find the number, get in contact with them, say it to them, give them the input. That's just like you having an issue, which you should not, but if you do, with Free Me deodorant and going straight to the internet and not coming to Towson where you bought it from and telling me.
Can we say something different?
Yeah, I would have used something else, but that's something that I care about. Like that's like know me.
Yeah,
you've seen Fran. You can come to us.
And to Rhonda's point, Marilyn Mosby, Sheila Dixon.
Yeah.
What's Marilyn Mosby's husband? It's it just goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
It's constantly a Brandon Scott.
Yeah.
Attack.
They attack him so bad, man. And he just get there. Isn't he new to the position, y'all? That's all I'm saying. You can't change nothing overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Barack Obama.
Man, the shade they throw at my president, let me tell you, I don't even talk to most people about it. When they start to have that conversation,
the attack is real. The attack
is real.
Yeah,
It
is no fast justice or mumbles. Well, at least we're using the word.
We're using the word.
Okay. Is this avoidable, or should citizens, Black, be concerned? Are you concerned, Rhonda? Are you concerned? Should citizens be concerned about this instant justice?
Yeah. We want to are you going to be more careful when you get pulled over and different things? Like, how do you avert that? To our officers, shucks. For all the good cops, we like y'all opinion, we recognize that there may be some. So, if you're out there, give us some feedback. What is there things that maybe we need to do better, so we don't get two-pieced?
Oh, Lord. And, I was talking to a friend last week, and Atlanta has open free wear and carry. No license needed. And that's what societies are coming to.
That's where it's leaning to. And I don't like it myself personally when they talk about too far into gun rights, because y'all don't be late to the party. You don't want to be the last one getting. I gotta get my life together, so I don't be the last one getting my pantry ready.
I think all of these things are in place for a reason. But again, without control, without positivity, and many of the things that we talked about tonight, you are looking at the wild west.
The wild west.
You talk about people copying each other. When you start having, or rather you do not have a regard for life, that is a terrible thing to copy.
Somebody just got
sorry guys,
somebody just got arrested for trying to imitate Jeffrey Dahmer. Ooh. And can I tell you, when I saw that on Netflix, and I shout out to Netflix, I rock with y'all like that. But when I saw that show, I said, some fool gonna try to copy this. I said some fool is gonna try to do that, and I called that, and that's because I know people brain, already be off. So all they got to do is kind of see it, give them the visual.
The feel that
they do need an authority, but don't nobody really want to talk about that, Rhonda. They don't want to talk about police and police.
Policing the police.
They don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, that's a bad state of affairs right there. That's a bad state of affairs. Well, yeah. Okay.
Yes, no, it's been real.
It has been. We've had wonderful participation tonight.
Yes,
Rhonda,
yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, come see us at Towson.
Come through, Rhonda. Yes. Pull up some gas. We'll give you some.
Pull up on me.
Come visit us. But great show, great topics. Again, this is an interactive podcast. We'd love to hear from you. So if you have any suggestions for topics that you would like to hear us discuss, please drop us a line, drop us in the I need that. So
pin it.
Drop us a line, put an email out to us.
Yes.
And we will definitely take it up for strong consideration. Strong consideration. Any plans for the weekend? Besides working tomorrow.
I don't plan on that, friend. We're gonna have another discussion Monday, y'all, about work.
She's supposed to work tomorrow.
Hey, y'all, I'm not going.
Anyway,
I'm going to sleep.
Thank you for joining us. And as always, I am Fran.
Yes, y'all. And don't forget, if you got any resources, for our audience, something that we missed tonight that you want us to, kind of jump back on and include, hit us up. You can hit me in the DMs at The Retail Solution. Fran is
frangong.organic.
Yes, frangong.organic on Instagram.
Yeah.
DM me which soap you need, Rhonda, so you can I can send you the link.
Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you on Monday.
Play my music.